So remember, a mixed number is mixed because there's a whole number and then a fraction. So here we have 1, 2, 3 whole ovals that are filled in. And then they're broken into 2 parts, and 1 out of the 2 parts is filled in. So here we have 2 whole flags filled in, and then this has 1, 2, 3 parts, and 2 of those parts are filled in. I give you a hint on the top of your homework to remember how to do this. Remember, when you're changing from a mixed number to an improper fraction, you take these 2 numbers and multiply them, which gets you to 6, and then you add this number. So you're taking these 2, multiplying, and you're going to add the 1. So you have 6 plus 1 is 7, and your denominator stays the same. So again, we're going to take and we're going to multiply these 2 together, which gets us 20, 21, 22, and our denominator stays the same. And then the last one that I'm going to do, we're going to take these 2, we're going to multiply them together. That gets us to 12, 13, 14, 15, because we're going to add this on, and our denominator stays the same. And you can think about it where if I'm taking, and each of these are broken into thirds, and if I fill them in, 2 whole and 1 third, that's the same thing as saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is what we put here, and they're broken into thirds. That's why it works. Now, for 8, 9, 10, and 11, which you'll do on your own, you're doing the exact opposite. You can look at it one of 2 ways. I always like to say, how many times does 6 go into 7? And 6 goes into 7 one time with 1 left over, and my denominator stays the same. Or I can do this where I say, okay, I'm going to actually write the problem out. 6 goes into 7 once. I subtract. This is your whole number. This is the numerator. And this is the denominator. Just like, and if you need it to see it in a different way, it's right on the top of your homework assignment. So here, 3 goes into 8. 3, 6, 9, nope, that's too many. So 2 times 3 is 6, 7, 8, that's 2 left over, and my denominator stays the same. So again, I can do it like this, and I can say it goes in there 2 times. So this is my whole number. The remainder is my numerator. Oopsie, I said this wrong. And this should be a 3. See, I caught myself. And this is your denominator. So we have here 2 goes into 9, 2, 4, 6, 8, 4 times with 1 left over, and my denominator stays the same. So for these next problems, you have 2 steps to do. One that you learned 3 days ago and one that you learned today. You're just going to add them, and then you turn them into a mixed number. So if I add, remember, I'm going straight across. 3 plus 4 is 7. My denominator stays the same because it already is the same. Now I'm going to do what we just got done talking about and say, all right, 5 goes into 7 one time with 2 left over, and my denominator stays a 5. So my answer is 1 2/5. So here again for number 14, my 9 is going to stay a 9. Then I'm going to add 2 times 8, which is 10. Now I'm going to say, all right, 9 goes into 10 one time with 1 left over, and my denominator stays the same. So my answer is 1 1/9. I'll do one more with you here. My denominator is going to stay a 4. I'm going to add together 3 plus 6, and I get 9. Now I say, all right, 4 goes into 9 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8, which leaves 1 left over to get to 9, and my denominator stays the same. And then the last one, I want you to do on your own. Alicia walked 7/8 of a mile on Saturday and 6/8 of a mile on Sunday. How far did she walk over the weekend? Give the answer as a mixed number. So basically you have 7/8 plus 6/8 because you want to know the total for the weekend. My denominator is already the same, so that stays the same. And now I'm going to add 7 and 6, together, and that gets me to 13. That, I'm not done yet. I have to change that into a mixed number. So I'm going to say, all right, 8 goes into 13 one time. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That gives me 5 left over, and my denominator stays the same, and then I need to label it 1 5/8 miles. Number 17 says the dark chain is 5/12 yards long. The white one is 9/12 yards long. How much will they be if they are joined? Well, obviously if you're joined, you're adding them together. I don't even really need to rewrite it here. I can put in my 12. That's going to stay the same. And then I'm going to add 5 and 9, which is 14. And then I say 12 goes into 14 one time with 2 left over, and my denominator stays the same. And if you happen to know how to put that in simplest form, go ahead. Otherwise, we're just going to leave it as 1 2/12 yards. On the remembering sign, we have to have a little bit of a sense of the meaning of fractions, because it says that the dog has gone 5/8 of the way across the yard. How much farther does it have to go to reach the gate? The gate would mean that it's gone the whole way there. So you're saying, okay, here's to the gate. He's made it 5/8 of the way. What's this number that's going to get me the whole way, which is the same thing as 8/8? So essentially, all I need to do is take 8/8 and subtract the 5/8 that he's already gone, because remember, the 8/8 means you've gone the whole way. And then if I subtract, 8 minus 5 is 3. My denominators stay 8s, and he has 3/8 yards farther. The cat is a little bit slower, apparently. She's gone 7/16 of the way across the yard. How much farther does she have to go to reach the gate? Well, remember, she needs to get the whole way. Now, we don't want to use 8/8 again because we have our denominator 16. So this time we're going to look at the whole way being 16/16 because that's one whole. That's going the whole way. And now we can subtract 7/16 because our denominators are the same. And 16 minus 7 is 9. So she has, or it has, 9/16 farther to go. I'm not sure why I put yards on the first one, because we don't really know that we're doing that. So it's just 9/16 of the way, I guess. 3 is a little bit tricky because it's one of these multi-step problems. It says, I cleaned 6/9 of my room and my friend cleaned 2/9 of my room. How much of my room do we still have to clean? Well, we could do this in a couple of different ways. We could say, all right, let's split the room up into 9 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm going to say I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/9 of my room. And my friend did 1 2/9. And then I can just look and I can see that I have 1/9 left. Otherwise, I could say that I have my whole room is 9/9, and I can subtract the 6/9 that I did, and that gets me to 3/9. And then I could subtract the 2/9 that my friend did, and it's going to get me the same answer. Number 4 says, Mrs. Spencer's class is signing us up to play sports. Let me read that again. Mrs. Spencer's class is signing up to play sports. 8/26 of the students want to play soccer. 12/26 want to play basketball. The rest of the students want to play baseball. What fraction of the students want to play baseball? So in other words, we have soccer plus basketball plus, I'm going to make baseball small, equals the whole class. Well, we have soccer is 8/26. Basketball is 12/26. we don't know baseball, and the whole class would be 26 out of 26. So to find what this number is, I'm going to add these two together, and that gets me to 20/26 who either like to play soccer or basketball. And I'm going to subtract that from the whole class. So 26 minus 20 is 6. My denominator stays the same. So 6/26 of the class want to play baseball. And finally, if you remember, I told you that these were not going to go away. I'm going to do 4 of them with you and leave the other 2 for you. I'm going to go up and down on number 5 because it'll be faster, because 5 is a prime number, so only 1 and 5 go into it. So I know this is going to be 5. And once I have my first number, it's pretty easy, because now I say, what do I multiply 5 by to get 25? 5 times 5 is 25. I'm going to bring the 5 over here. What do I multiply 5 by to get 35? That's 7. I'll move my 7 up here. What do I multiply 5 by to get 5? 1. Move my 1 over here. And then the last one, I multiply these two together, and I get 7. So here I'm going to do 6 and 8, because 6 and 8, the only thing that's going to work is 2. And then 2 times 3 is 6. I'll move the 3 over here. 2 times 4 is 8. I'll move the 4 over here. 4 times 3 is 12. Move the 3 up here. And then 3 times 3 is 9. So the number that goes into both 64 and 72 is 8. 8 times 8 is 64, and 8 times 9 is 72. So I just said 8 times 8 is 64. 8 times 9 is 72. And then I think, okay, what do I multiply? I could say 36 divided by 9 is 4. And then I'm left here where I just multiply these together. Then finally, if I look, and I'm going to go across on this one, again, it doesn't really matter. 9 and 12, I know that 3 goes into both of them. 3 times something equals 9, or I could say 9 divided by 3 equals 3. 21 divided by 3 is 7. 12 divided by 3 is 4. And 4 times 7 is 28. And then, like I said, I'm going to leave the last 2 for you to do.